I want us to talk briefly, very briefly, about research topics as well as research questions. The saying is you should pick a research question that is of interest to you. I said that in the first video, but there's a lot more that you should consider. I mean, you are coming from different academic disciplines. You can't just see something that is outside of your academic discipline and seek to make it your research topic. So your research topic must be within your academic discipline. You cannot be a marketing major and then researching child protection. That has nothing to do with marketing, does it? You cannot be a health science major and then find yourself researching customer service satisfaction in the hospitality industry. I think you get the point that I'm making, that your research topic should fall within your academic discipline or within your research major. That's number one. Number two, your research questions should be answerable within the amount of time that you've got to do your research. A lot of us, when doing research, become ambitious, and that's of course a good thing. But then again, you find that your question is too broad and it cannot be answered within the amount of time that you've got. So you've got to make sure that you ask a question that you have access to information about, a question that you have access to data about, and a question which you have access to literature about, and a question to which you have got access to respondents that will best answer the question, or that you will draw data from in answering the question. Another important aspect is that a research question again should be something that you're really interested in, because research is a very strenuous process, and if you are not driven by an eagerness or an interest to really find answers to the question, you will struggle. And again, your research question should be framed in a manner that is very clear, concise, and straight to the point. When a person is reading the title of your research, or when a person is reading your research question, they must be clear on what it is exactly that you want to find out. I say these things because your research question also influences your methodology. Your methodology being the design of your methodology, of course, being your research design, in terms of deciding the instrument that you're going to use, how you're going to analyze the data, whether the research is going to be qualitative or quantitative, and all those things that are influenced directly by your research question. So just to sum up, make sure that your research question falls within your major or falls within your academic discipline. Make sure that your research question is a question that is answerable within the amount of time that you've got to answer the question, or within the amount of time that you are allowed to register for the degree. Registering for a degree longer than the prescribed time is quite expensive. So you should be ambitious, but ambitious in a sense that says you can be able to answer this question. You have access to resources, you have access to expertise, you have access to literature, you have access to respondents, and you have access to pre-existing data. And another very important point is your research question should not be a question that has been exhausted already. That's why it's important, before you decide on the research question, to go through literature and see whether the question has been answered or not. You cannot be seen trying to answer a question that has been answered by Stats SA, think tanks, and other organizations. So your research question has to warrant research, or the way you phrase your question has to be in a manner that really says this really deserves to be researched. So yeah, I think we'll stop there for now. Please engage on the comments section and also on Gcina-nathi@gmail.com, and then we'll see where we take this. So thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Research Tutorials with Gcina.